The M1 MacBook Pro is probably one of the best all-around laptops you can buy these days, and with these prices coming down, now is a great time to pick one up, so I did just that. I have never had a MacBook before, so I didn't know what to expect. So I was browsing Facebook Marketplace and I was specifically looking for a MacBook with at least 16 gigabytes of RAM and the Apple M series of chips because I edit mostly videos and use Photoshop, so I need that extra RAM. And as I've heard, 8 gigabytes of RAM is not enough for my workflow. So I bought this 2020 MacBook Pro M1 with the touch bar for $500, which is a pretty good deal, I think, because most of these are $600 to $700 where I live. And this MacBook only has 85% battery health, which is pretty bad, I was thinking, but because Apple recommends replacing the battery at least 80%, and I thought that there was no way that it will have good battery life, like at all. I thought that it would probably just die really quickly on me, but to my surprise, the battery life is amazing. Like, I can't even describe how good the battery life is on these things. Like, it lasts like maybe 2 days without even like worrying at all, and I use it for even demanding tasks like video editing or Photoshop, but as I said, it lasts like 2 days, no problem whatsoever. And now the touch bar. I thought it was a gimmick and it wouldn't be that useful, but again, this laptop surprises me. It's actually pretty useful for changing your volume or brightness, but where the slide bar really shines, pun intended, is in different apps like Safari, Microsoft Word, and you can even skip like videos while watching it on YouTube or switching to different tabs. It's actually pretty useful, and I would want it on newer MacBooks. Now, what I don't like about it is the lack of HDMI port and no USB Type A ports, because most of my devices are still on USB Type A, and I cannot connect my keyboard or mouse, but my mouse is also wireless, so but I can live without that. But no HDMI port is a big bummer since this is the Pro model, and what if I want to like maybe present my like PowerPoints or wherever, I have to buy a dongle, which is unacceptable. Like, why couldn't they also include like a HDMI port? Like, I'm not sure, but as I said, I bought a dongle, so I'll be fine. But still, on a when new $1,500 laptop, even in 2020, this is kind of dumb and like unacceptable. Now for the gaming performance. This laptop isn't really meant for gaming, but recently Apple has been talking about gaming on their Apple M series chips, so let's test it. The first game I've got is Minecraft, which runs perfectly fine, definitely playable with lowering the render distance to 10 or 16, it gets a respectable 70 to 90 FPS. And with this being just a 60Hz panel, it's definitely more than enough. Now another game I tested was Rust, which I was really surprised that it's even supported on macOS, because the game is even already hard enough to run on Windows, and it being supported on macOS was definitely a big surprise for me. But as you can see, we get 50 to 70 FPS, but with the worst possible graphic settings, like everything lowest, and as you can see, everything looks really bad. And the game sometimes even stutters, so I would say that it's not really playable right now because it's a PvP shooter game where if you lag or stutter, you are dead and you pretty much lose all your stuff. So I wouldn't want to play like this. So as a lifelong Windows user, I thought that using macOS would be weird and difficult. From the videos I've seen, many people criticize this operating system for some of its features like not making sense compared to Windows, but I think that you shouldn't compare it to Windows. It's really different, and in my personal opinion, I believe that it's really well made and really optimized, but specifically for using the trackpad, because even when I connected my wireless mouse to this, the scrolling is reversed and feels kind of weird, like it has those, like it stops for some reason at some points. But I had to download the third party app to fix that so that it would feel Windows like. And also in my 1 month of usage, I haven't encountered one bug or crash like at all. Really solid performance, whereas on Windows you pretty much encounter them daily, and we've gotten so used to this that we don't even notice it, which I think is kind of ridiculous. Like, we need to demand it to like optimize it even more. And I will make another video on my experience using macOS as a Windows user, and if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe. So I'm really starting to like my MacBook. I use it pretty much every day. I like that it's really light and portable, so I can take it outside with me, unlike my gaming laptop. If you want to see more content just like this or more content on macOS or MacBooks, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.